In the heart of a bustling village lived a wealthy farmer named Obobo. He had two wives, Alohen and Alugor. Alohen, blessed with beauty, was the favored wife. Obobo showered her with silks, adorned her with beads, and boasted of her beauty. Alugor, on the other hand, was often overlooked. Plain in appearance, she was relegated to the shadows, her worth measured only by her ability to work. Alohen bore Obobo two sons. Their arrival met with great fanfare and celebration. Alugor, to her husband's disappointment, gave birth to two daughters. The eldest, Akugbe, was a quiet child, her intelligence often mistaken for sullenness. Her younger sister, though, possessed her mother's quiet strength. Obobo's compound was a testament to the disparity between his wives. Alohen's hut, grand and airy, stood as a symbol of her favored status. Alugor's dwelling, small and cramped, reflected her husband's disregard, yet despite the obvious differences, a sense of normalcy pervaded their lives. As the years passed, a new kind of tension began to brew. Akugbe, Alugor's eldest, blossomed into a clever young woman. Her wisdom, evident in her thoughtful words and insightful observations, drew the attention of many villagers. Even Obobo, though reluctant to acknowledge the daughter of his neglected wife, found himself impressed by her intelligence. Alohen watched this growing admiration with a bitterness that twisted in her gut. How dare the daughter of Alugor, a woman she deemed insignificant, garner such respect? Her own children, despite their privileged upbringing, paled in comparison to Akugbe's quiet wisdom. The seeds of jealousy, once sown, grew rapidly, poisoning Alohen's heart. She began to see Akugbe as a threat, her presence a constant reminder of her own children's shortcomings. The once vibrant colors of Alohen's world seemed to dim, overshadowed by the looming presence of Akugbe's burgeoning intellect. One sweltering afternoon, Alugor summoned Akugbe. "My daughter," she said, her voice heavy with worry, "we are in desperate need of yams. Our store is almost empty." She handed Akugbe a weathered basket. "Venture beyond the far hill to the old forest path. It is said that a woman lives there, a woman of great wisdom and even greater magic. Ask her for help, but choose her gift wisely." With a heart full of trepidation, Akugbe set off. The forest path was dark and overgrown, the air thick with the scent of damp earth and unknown dangers. Yet, Akugbe pressed on, her mother's words echoing in her ears. Finally, she stumbled upon a clearing. In the center stood a small mud hut, smoke curling invitingly from its thatched roof. An old woman sat outside, her eyes twinkling with an ageless wisdom. Akugbe prostrated herself. "Wise one," she pleaded, "my family is hungry. Can you help us?" The old woman smiled. "I can indeed, child. Behind me you'll find two calabashes. Choose one, but choose wisely. One holds fleeting riches, the other lasting prosperity." Akugbe carefully surveyed the calabashes. One was large and ornate, crafted from polished wood and encrusted with shimmering stones. The other, small and unassuming, was made of plain clay, its surface rough and stained with dirt. Remembering her mother's words, Akugbe reached for the smaller calabash. When Akugbe returned, Alohen was beside herself with curiosity. She listened intently as Akugbe recounted her tale, her eyes widening at the mention of the calabashes. As Akugbe revealed the small clay calabash, filled to the brim with seeds of various crops, Alohen scoffed. Such a paltry reward for such a perilous journey. Unfazed, Akugbe and her mother planted the seeds. Within weeks, their small plot of land flourished, yielding an abundance of crops. They had enough to eat and sell, their lives transformed by Akugbe's wise choice. Consumed by envy, Alohen sent her own daughter on the same quest. The young woman, blinded by greed, chose the ornate calabash, convinced it held unimaginable riches. But when she opened it, she found only ashes and a deafening silence that devoured her whole. From that day forward, Alohen was a changed woman. The silence of her daughter's absence served as a constant reminder of the price of greed. Akugbe's wisdom, once a source of envy, became a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of humility and wisdom.